The UV Express has been a cheap and reliable mode of transport for thousands and thousands of Filipinos, thanks mostly to these reasonably priced, frugal, low maintenance, and reliable workhorses that serve the drivers for many years. It was introduced in 1997 and stayed almost exactly the same apart from a few exterior and interior updates and facelifts throughout its lifespan. It was offered with two engine options, a 4G63A 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder gasoline engine and the good old 4D56 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder diesel engine. It's got front double wishbone suspension and leaf springs at the rear. The base variant of the Adventure sold for 690,000 pesos. Unfortunately, the last Adventure rolled off the production line in 2017, ending its 20-year run. This is due to more stringent Euro 4 emission standards which the 4D56 can comply with. The Crosswind came from an older vehicle bloodline. It replaced the Highlander in 2001. It is powered by a 4JA1-L 4-cylinder low-pressure turbo diesel which produces 85 horsepower and 185 Newton meters of torque. Like the Adventure, it has a front double wishbone suspension and rear leaf springs. The base variant of the Crosswind sold for 750,000 pesos. Isuzu ended its production in 2018 for the very same reason as with the Adventure: emissions. Apparently, the 4JA1-L, even with its supposedly cleaner turbo engine, didn't make the cut to comply with Euro 4. Mitsubishi already replaced the Adventure with the Expander, but because the Expander serves a more upmarket audience, it is not viable to be used as a UV Express workhorse, and also because it only seats 7. It has a gas engine and a more comfortable but less durable suspension setup. But I guess there's always the L300 with a Euro 4 compliant engine that drivers and operators can use. Isuzu, on the other hand, is yet to announce a crosswind replacement, and this gives me an idea. If the reason behind these cars getting phased out is just emissions and safety, why not just comply with a bare minimum and keep on selling these things? Because there is obviously a huge market for it. The recipe is simple. Make it a little bit safer and make it comply with Euro 4 standards. For example, Mitsubishi can equip the Adventure with a 4N14 Euro 4 compliant 2.2-liter diesel engine that they put on the L300, fit ABS, 2 airbags up front, and call it a day. The same goes for Isuzu with the Crosswind. Put 2 airbags in the front, fit ABS, and equip it with the RZ4E 1.9-liter diesel engine from the MUX or D-Max and keep selling it. Finding alternatives for this type of vehicle proved to be quite challenging, if not impossible. So I set myself 2 simple rules. It must be able to seat 10 and must have a diesel engine. The H100 is powered by a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine which produces 128 horsepower and 255 Newton meters of torque. It's really meant to be a commercial vehicle, but there is a passenger version which offers bench seats. It also has a front double wishbone suspension and leaf springs. The passenger version starts at 1,178,000 pesos. The K2500 is really just the same as the H100. They are built by the same company and they have the same engine and transmission, but the prices differs. The K2500 passenger version cost 1,110,000 pesos. The JAC M4 is a bit upmarket compared to the first 2 vehicles on this list. But it qualifies because it is powered by a 1.9-liter turbo diesel engine which develops 123 horsepower and 285 newton meters of torque, and because it seats 11. Prices start at 1,220,000 pesos. Okay, we cheated a bit here and we included the Mahindra Silo. Yes, it only seats 9 people, but one can argue that it can work. It is also powered by a 2.2-liter turbo diesel engine. It costs 895,000 pesos.